Also tonight, a big event at Evansville's Wrights Bowl. Marching band and drum corps members from all over the country are in town for the annual Drums on the Ohio. Meteorologist Eric Garlick is live at the Wrights Bowl to tell us what kind of weather we'll have tonight. I do know it's less humid out there than it was yesterday, Eric.
Well, guys, it's not as humid as it has been the past couple days, and it looks like we're going to escape the rain chances as we go through the night. Temperatures are in the low to mid 80s right now. Humidity is a little bit lower than it was yesterday. We'll see that back in the forecast for tomorrow, though. But if you're coming out to Drums on the Ohio, it's going to be a beautiful night for that. We're looking at clear skies with those temperatures dropping down into the upper 70s as we head through the evening. Taking a look now, you can see behind me, they're practicing. They're sounding great down here right now, and can't wait for the show to actually begin. Again, if you are coming out here, you might want to wear a short sleeve shirt because it is hot in the bowl, but we're going to be looking at some nice conditions. No need for the umbrella as we go out through the rest of the evening, but tomorrow we're going to have some rain and thunderstorm chances. I'll have more on that coming up in just a few minutes.
We look forward to it. Thanks, Eric.
The leader in tracking storms. Here's your 14 First Alert forecast.
Here it comes.
Well, temperatures today in the low to mid 80s, not as humid, but still hot here at Wrights Bowl, getting ready for Drums on the Ohio tonight. It's going to be a warm night, but thankfully the humidity not as bad as it was yesterday. Taking a look at the day planner, we'll see temperatures dipping down into the mid 70s as we go through the overnight period, but through the rest of the evening, it is going to be pretty hot. Taking a look at the current temperatures, you can see the 90s off to the south and west of us. That will move in as we go through the day tomorrow. And as we take a look at our surface analysis, you can see the rain on the hour-by-hour forecast. That's going to continue to move in as we go through the day tomorrow. Tomorrow night, that's going to be the best chance at seeing some showers and thunderstorms. A few of those storms could be strong and even on the severe side. We'll see that humidity returning as we go through the day tomorrow as well. We're going to be looking at a pretty wet day on Friday as well. Tonight, though, temperature is going to fall down to 70 degrees. We'll see a little bit of cloud cover arriving as we go through the overnight period. Through the day tomorrow, we'll see temperatures jumping up into the mid-90s, and it's going to be a hot and humid day with those thunderstorms arriving late. Taking a look at that 7-day forecast, you can see some much cooler weather ahead as we go through the weekend. And if you're going to be out here tonight, it is going to be a beautiful night for that. And with me now is we're going to be looking at some nice conditions as we go through the night.
It's been a beautiful day all day today, and we're very, very lucky for the good weather we've had. We're going to be here tonight at the wonderful Wrights Bowl. The show starts at 7 p.m. We have lots of great tickets still available tonight, and the show gets underway at 7.
Going to be a great night for that. The weather's going to hold off, and looking at some beautiful conditions. 7 o'clock the show starts?
7 o'clock the show starts. We're expecting a crowd of about 3,000 people. We've got 7 groups performing from all over the nation. They're headed up to Muncie, Indiana next after this show tonight, but tonight it's going to be a beautiful night for a wonderful show.
This is my first time at the event. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I've heard great things about it, so if you are looking for something to do tonight, come down here and check out all the festivities. It's going to be a great evening, and it's going to be a great night to spend outside as well. We'll have more coming up in your next forecast in just a few minutes.
Okay, thanks, Eric. It's a slightly less humid day in the Tri-State, and that's good news for those attending Owensboro's ROM Festival and Evansville's Drums on the Ohio. Meteorologist Eric Garlick is live at the Wrights Bowl with our forecast for tonight. Eric?
Hey, Beth, yeah, not as humid as it was yesterday, but we're still dealing with some pretty hot temperatures. Temperatures in the mid-80s, very hot down here on the field. Looking at temperatures dipping down into the 70s as we go through the overnight period. Cavaliers just finishing up one of their practices. They're going to get the whole show on the road here in around 7 o'clock tonight. Another practice is on the way right now, but very hot down here. A lot of guys out here sweating profusely, and of course taking a little bit of a water break right now because it is still hot and a little bit on the humid side. We're going to be looking at those temperatures back up into the mid-90s as we go through the rest of the week, and then we'll see some cooler temperatures as we head into the weekend. We'll have more coming up in your full forecast in just a few minutes.
Thanks, Eric.
the leader in tracking storms. Here's your 14 First Alert forecast.
Good evening. I'm out here at Wrights Bowl setting up for the Drums on the Ohio. Temperatures are in the low to mid 80s right now. Hit 86 officially at the Evansville Regional Airport this afternoon. That'll go down in the records books for the high today. Not as humid as it was yesterday either. Looking at some very nice conditions as we go through the evening. Still a little bit warm here down on the turf, but as we go through the rest of the evening, we'll start to get a little bit cooler. Temperatures dipping down into the low 70s overnight tonight. Taking a look at those current temperatures, looking at those temperatures in the low 80s. You can see the 90s off to the southwest of us, down into Jonesboro. That warm air will filter back in here as we go through the afternoon. Tomorrow, we'll be looking at the hot and humid conditions to return. Heat index values back into the low 100s, near 105 across portions of western Kentucky. So that humidity break that we saw today, not going to last too long. Showers and thunderstorms possible as we go through the overnight period tomorrow night. A few of those storms could be strong or severe. We're going to be looking at a pretty wet day as we go through the day on Friday as well. Scattered showers and thunderstorms. Those will taper off early Saturday morning, and as we go through the afternoon on Saturday, we'll work some sunshine in. Temperatures going to struggle to make it out of the 70s as we go through the day on Saturday. Tonight falling down to 70 degrees. We'll see temperatures back into the mid 90s for tomorrow. Then you can see on the 7-day, a few of those cooler days working in as we head toward the weekend. Right now we're live here down at Drums of the Ohio, looking at the Cavaliers practicing right now. This is one of 7 groups that they have performing tonight that starts at 7 o'clock. Last corps goes on at 9:30, and joining me now is Bryce. So Bryce, where are all these corps from?
Well, you have the Cavaliers here who are from Chicago, and they're out here doing their final run-through rehearsal, as you can see. We also have the Cadets from Allentown, Pennsylvania, 10-time world champion. We have Spirit of Atlanta, which Drums on the Ohio audiences remember from way back in the 1970s when they would come here and just blow the stadium down with their wall of sound. We also have the Crossmen from San Antonio and the Colts from Dubuque, Iowa. So we have an amazing lineup for this version of Drums on the Ohio.
So you got people from all over the U.S. coming here to perform.
And the world.
And the world.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive turnout, pretty impressive lineup for tonight.
Exactly.
There is still tickets available. You can still come to the door and get your tickets.
Exactly. We have reserved seats still available, as well as general admission tickets starting only at $15.
$15, not a bad price for the great entertainment that you're going to see down here tonight. We're going to be looking at some very great entertainment. A lot of people excited about this. This is my first time at the event, and just listening to them go through run-throughs, it's a pretty impressive show. And if you're looking for something to do, the weather's going to be great out here tonight. Looking at some great weather for that. And you get back to music programs as a result of this too.
We do. Back to the weather. You really delivered for us this year. This was fantastic, because 2 years ago we had a little problem with the weather, but this is fantastic this year. I love it. But back to giving back to music programs. This show costs $25,000 to $30,000 to put on, and so once we're through with our sponsorships and we get our ticket sales in, we're able to give scholarships back and give grants back to local music programs. So we're really ramping that up this year, and we're looking forward to a successful evening.
It's great that you can give back to the music programs in the area especially, and it's going to be a great night for that. We're going to be looking at some great conditions. We'll have more on your next weather coming up in just a few.
Thanks, Eric.
And Eric is out at the Wrights Bowl tonight. He joins us live with a check of the First Alert forecast. Eric.
Hey Randy, definitely a little bit less humid than it was yesterday, but still on the pretty hot side, especially down here on the turf. Temperatures are in the low to mid 80s, made it up to 86 degrees this afternoon at the airport in Evansville. We'll be looking at temperatures falling all the way down into the 70s tonight. That'll be pretty close to average for this time of year. We're going to be looking at the heat and humidity to return once again as we go through the day tomorrow, with those heat index values up into the low 100s, especially across western Kentucky once again. As we take a look at that day planner, you'll see those temperatures holding on to the 80s through most of the evening, finally dipping down into the mid 70s as we head through the overnight hours. And tomorrow morning, we'll start the day out in the low 70s, but we're going to tack on about 20 to 25 degrees as we go through the afternoon. We're going to have to keep an eye out for some showers and some severe thunderstorms as we go through tomorrow evening, but we'll have more coming up on that right now. In Wrights Bowl, you can see the Cavaliers just now wrapping up, just did a run through. They're going to go get some water, get rehydrated because it is pretty warm down here, and I'm sweating pretty bad. I can only imagine doing some physical activity like they're doing, but it sounded great. Starts at 7 o'clock tonight. Tickets are still available, so if you're looking for something to do, it's going to be a pretty entertaining event down here. Looking forward to watching it myself. Going to be the first year for that, so weather's going to hold off pretty nice tonight. So again, if you're looking for something to do and want to spend some time out in the nice weather this evening, this is the place to do it. I'll have more coming up on those thunderstorms in your full forecast in just a few minutes.
Okay, thanks, Eric. And
Well, a brief break in the humidity today.
yeah, Eric's out in the sunshine where drums on the Ohio are taking place later tonight. Eric?
Yeah, Beth, Randy, a fantastic evening shaping up. Temperatures only made it up to about 86 degrees this afternoon at Evansville Regional Airport, and that's a little bit below average actually for today. We'll be looking at some cool temperatures as we go into the weekend, but we got one more hot and humid day in store for us, and that's going to be tomorrow. We'll see temperatures back into the 90s. Tonight, though, we'll see temperatures falling down into the low 70s by the time we wake up tomorrow morning. We're going to tack on about 20 to 25 degrees to that morning low. Going to be very humid with those heat index values back up into the low 100s as we go through the afternoon tomorrow. It's going to be a hot day, but then we'll get a break in that heat and humidity once again, but we do have a cold front that's going to swing through, and that's going to give us the chance for some strong and even severe storms. Looking at the regional temperatures, you can see the 90s off to the south and west of us. That's moving back in for tomorrow, and then we'll see those storms moving in as we go through tomorrow evening. And then through the day on Friday, looking at scattered showers and thunderstorms. That's going to be with us through Saturday morning, and then Saturday afternoon and Sunday, we'll be looking at some nice conditions with temperatures struggling to get out of the 70s, about 10 degrees below average, so it will be pretty nice. 70 degrees that overnight low tonight. We'll see temperatures into the mid-90s with those heat index values around 100 to 105, especially across western Kentucky. And then looking at that 7-day forecast, you can see the cooler weather arriving after we get rid of the rain that's going to move through tomorrow night, Friday, and into Saturday morning. Right now, though, I'm live here at the Wrights Bowl Stadium looking at some beautiful conditions going on. They're wrapping up, just finished their last run through before the show starts. The first core goes on at 7 o'clock. We'll be looking at the high school drum battle starting at 6:15. Dan Katz going to be the MC of that, so looking forward to seeing Dan out here. But right now, one of the Cavalier members, Jeremy, joins me right now. And Jeremy, this is a pretty intense battle to be part of such a prestigious corps. Is that correct?
Yeah, I auditioned for this corps twice before I made it. I'm a third-year member now, so my first audition was 5 years ago. It's a very intense process that takes, of course, over a couple weekends, over several months.
And you're from Illinois?
Yeah, I'm originally from Illinois, yeah.
And you unfortunately went to Western Michigan. That is my rival school from Central Michigan from college, but I guess we were desperate for an interview. We had to bring a Bronco on here. No, just kidding. But congratulations for making it finally. Third time's a charm. Looking forward to watching you guys play tonight. My first time out here, so it will be an exciting event, and still tickets available. So if you want to come out and see Jeremy and the Cavaliers as well as 6 other groups perform, going to be a great night to do that. Weather's going to be on par. Going to be looking at a fantastic night. I'll have another look at your forecast coming up in just a little bit.
Thanks, Eric. Well, we have several outdoor events starting tonight.
Yeah, Eric is at one of them at the Wrights Bowl. Caught a great break in the weather, too. Eric.
All-Star Band.
Yeah, looking at conditions, not as humid as what they were yesterday. We're looking at some pretty nice conditions as we go through the rest of the evening as well. Taking a look at that 7-day, we'll be looking at a little bit of rain moving through tomorrow night, and then better rain chances as we go through the day on Friday. It'll be a little bit cooler as we head into the weekend with temps in the upper 70s. Guys?
Looks good out there.
Yeah.
Thanks, Eric. And thank